everybody. I thought, given this week and being with everyone, I thought I would give you a quick look into what I actually do, because I get questions and I'm happy to share, and it's also one of those things where it's sort of abstract, it's vague, and this week I flew back to New York. What is it? Today's Friday at noon. I flew back to New York to play rehearsals for Music Man back on Broadway, and that is everything from going to a rehearsal studio in Midtown New York with an upright piano and a rehearsal space, and they block through and count through all the steps for the new performer going in the show. And then we go into the theater where I sit in the pit underneath the actors, and I actually can't hear anything, which is why I have a conductor giving me cues. It's just me and the conductor, and I'm playing the score, which I'll share in a minute. The other thing I'm doing this week, which is new for me, not new, but a new gig, I got asked to play a concert. Now, here's what I want to show you about this concert. Oh, and the green screen is for another gig that I had this week. Well, I'll tell you about that. I, last night, Thursday night, played a Disney sing-along I used to do during COVID. And what's great about that is it's repertoire I know now, and since it's a corporate event for a company that we get hired out for a client, they pay a lot more, which is nice because I already know the music. So the green screen behind me turns into a, Disney Palace, Mickey Mouse Club, whatever I want that to be. And here we have, there's my diploma, very useful, all my Broadway shows. And there is my baby grand piano. Behind there's a pink towel rag covering my my microphone to keep the dust off it. Here's the piano. There's the computer. And so if I angle the camera where the computer is, I just sing here, and I play at the piano. And I did Mary Poppins and, Aladdin, and we sang all kinds of Disney songs. So that was last night, and that gig is over. But I sang like 12 different songs, 4 sets, I can't remember. Anyway, that's done. So there's the green screen that I've hooked up behind me, and there's my TV, apartment life. On our Christmas album, don't forget the Christmas album. Now, tomorrow night, I'm going to be performing at a cabaret venue in New York. And I just got this music. Now, what do you notice about the music? It's an old song by Julie Stein and Comden and Green, Just in Time. Just in time, I found you just, that song. But what do you notice about this is there's no accompaniment. There's no music there. It's a lead sheet. It's what they call a lead sheet for those jazz musicians. Now, this is Karen Mason, who's a big Broadway star, and I'm going to play for you on my computer. I'm sorry for all the motion, Dad. On the computer here, I'll play what she sent me. Can you hear it? Just in time. Right? I found you just in time. Before you came, my time was running low. I got up this morning around 8, a little later. I'm up late. About 9 a.m., 9:30, I was at the piano. And I started listening to this recording so that I could play it the way the other pianist plays it. Now, it is jazz, so there's some room for improvisation, right? That's the whole point. So I have a whole concert tomorrow night. Some of it's written out like Sondheim songs and musical theater songs, and some of them are jazz standards. So, yeah, I spent the last 2-3 hours this morning practicing that, because you're expected to go in and just drop the needle like an old record player. As they say, drop the needle. I love that expression. Now, the next thing, so that was that. Last night was the green screen. Tomorrow night is the cabaret. And now we have Music Man. And so I'm playing, sorry for the motion, I'm playing off of a score here that is written out. But the thing about that, it's in a piano score, so I have to play it on the piano, but it is a score reduction. It's what we call reduction, meaning it's been reduced from the 27-piece band with the 76 trombones. It's been reduced to the piano book because they're not going to pay the full orchestra to come in for the rehearsals. So it's all economy, it's all unionized, it's all, as some might say, legit work. But again, they've been doing the show for they've been starting since last December. I just started, and I, again, walk in expecting to do it as well as the rest of them. And I'm the new hire. So there's that. And then, of course, I'm also scheduling private lessons and coachings at the apartment here. I keep turning it around. I apologize. But there's the apartment. There's all my books and my air purifier and the air conditioning running. And so there it is. Hello again. Real quick, so this is the Winter Garden Theater. I think it's backwards. But anyway, some of my family, it was a long time ago, got to see me play Mamma Mia at this same theater. And this is where I work today. I'm going to go around the other side to the stage door and then downstairs and do rehearsal with all the cast of understudies. Won't be with Hugh Jackman, unfortunately, but because he's not going to rehearse the show. But you have understudies and covers, people who are there to fill in at a moment's notice. That's their job, is to make sure the show must go on. So interesting little facts. So this is the Winter Garden Theater, very famous theater. Actually, Grandpa, you would like to know, this used to be, if I'm not mistaken, what do you call that when it was a field with horses at one point, like a not a rodeo, I can't think of the word, but you'll tell me, I'm sure. Anyway, that's what it was before it was a theater, before it was the bustling New York. And another fun little piece of theater history, this is where West Side Story played. And West Side Story, that groundbreaking, forward-moving, progressive musical, lost the Tony to Best Musical to The Music Man in 1957. And so here it is now. The Music Man is at the theater where West Side Story was played. All right, I'm going to go to work. Bye. And today, Saturday, I'm just leaving that red door and walking under this marquee, which is The Minutes, great play. But that's Studio 54, now Studio 54 Theater, the famous or infamous club. But I am music directing a cabaret, a concert at 54 Below, which is run by Michael Feinstein, which is the same owner of the Feinsteins in Carmel, Indiana, where I got to see Uncle Tom and Melissa. So I'm just leaving that. This is 54th Street. So it's Saturday. Just had the rehearsal, and it's like 10 different performers, all singing different songs from jazz to Broadway standards, and just learning or figuring out what their tempos are and everything. So wish me luck. So I'm back home. I got back, it's 4:45 on Saturday afternoon. I had a 2-hour tech rehearsal at 54 Below for the concert tonight. The concert is at 9:30, and of course I have to be there before, and I have a couple performers who couldn't make the rehearsal. So I'm gonna meet them for the first time and make music together. And that is typical. It happens where performers can't make it to the rehearsal, or like happened in rehearsal, they changed the music at the last minute. So I got a new chart today that I sight read and figured out. So that's very usual for a cabaret concert like this. Tonight we're doing the best of Broadway, and I'm back home with a green screen, by the way. And so, if I'm lucky and I get enough music ahead of time and I feel comfortable because I'm such a classically trained guy, and it just makes me feel more comfortable if I'm able to spend time going through it over and over again. I thought about this on my way over, and I thought, if you, and also with tempos, with the singers, right? With the breath and the singers and the acting, I have to then adjust in the moment, like pivot right away. So if you know the road you're going down, you can adjust much quicker than if you don't. Much like if I know the chart, that's great, but I still have to adjust. I still have to make changes. I still have to breathe and move with the singer. Some of you have had this experience. And if I don't know the music and I'm sight reading, I'm also sight reading and adjusting, which I do a lot of for people's auditions. But again, people come in with music that I may or may not know. By the way, I did have a coaching this morning, a private lesson here in the apartment. It's an hour coaching, and it's just a singer who needed help with some music. Again, I didn't know what the song was when she came in, and so we worked on it. And now I've got a couple hours before the gig, so I'm going to do what I think, if I can use the term, a little triage, and that is to just go over the spots I really don't feel comfortable with. And in this gig, there are several spots where I don't always, feel 100% comfortable, because if you've ever been to a show and you've seen performers up there, the goal is to let the show go on, and no matter what happens, we just make it work. So there's a couple musical phrases that I don't feel super comfortable with. So that for me is sort of the triage moment of just fixing those moments, and then you let it go and you let the rest of it play out, and whatever happens, happens. So I've got that tonight, and I'll do that. So wish me luck. Good afternoon. So I'm leaving, this is Sunday, and I'm leaving church. I've been at Christ Lutheran for 16 years. I never thought I'd be there for 16 years. But it's sometimes not the only work. I was going to say it's a salaried weekly service, but I don't know if it's quarter time. It's not even part time. But in any event, 16 years at Christ Lutheran. We're now renting a space at a Slovakian church on East 20th Street. We were on East 15th Street, and some of my family, my mother and aunts and grandma, came to that church. We're no longer there because COVID took everything out, and we got displaced. So then we moved to this other building. It's Sunday afternoon. I'm exhausted. I did the gig last night at 54 Below, the concert venue, the Cabaret. We had that one rehearsal yesterday afternoon. Some of the performers couldn't make the rehearsal, some of the performers couldn't make the rehearsal because of scheduling conflicts. So we showed up right before the show. We ran through some of the songs. One song we didn't even run in rehearsal. We just ran it on stage in front of a live audience. But that's the gig. And so it's Sunday. I had a 2-hour coaching this morning, which is an hour longer than usual. But I had a performer contact me in desperate need of time to work on new music. So we did that for a new musical. The other things I don't think about to share are while I'm going this week. So this week was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I had rehearsal at Music Man, at the Winter Garden Theater, and at studios in Midtown. Thursday night, I had a Zoom concert sing-along. 3 sets of 4 songs. Last night, did a concert at 54 Below in Midtown. And this morning, had a 2-hour coaching, and just got done with church. So this has been not a typical week, not atypical, it is what it is. Sometimes it's a feast or famine, and right now I've got a lot of work, but while I'm doing all this, I'm also fielding emails, I'm negotiating to orchestrate a new show where I'm writing music. It's starting to rain. Orchestrating music. I just got a call while I was on this subway. It takes me like almost an hour to get down here from the Heights, but I got a phone call to play auditions for another theater company. So that's pretty typical, pretty par for the course. And because I don't have an agent or a manager or even an office, I work for myself. And one of the things I've also realized in talking to you is I'm about to celebrate 15 years since I started working on Broadway. And if I count the national tour of Fun Home, I've done 11 Broadway shows, not including all the regional productions, all the off-Broadway productions. And I don't have an office, I don't have a cubicle, I don't have a 9-to-5, so I don't have office mates, I don't have a boss, I don't have colleagues that I see every day. I know a lot of people and they all seem to know me, for better or worse. But it's very much an entrepreneur position, self-employed, self-motivated, self-funded, and you got to hustle. The other thing is, I would hope at this point I'm able to get a little bit of reputation, a little bit of credibility to have people contact me and know me. But you still got to hustle, and you're only as good as your last gig, so it does keep you sharp. Anyway, thanks for watching. A little crazy, right? You have to be a little crazy to do this. Anyway, it was so great to see everyone. Love you all. Oh, I forgot to mention, if you're interested, I'm going to plug this. I have a Patreon page, patreon.com, patreon.com. It is a subscription base, $3 a month, at the littlest amount up onwards. It is also very entertaining because what you get is all of the videos I make about music, about my work, about professional career stuff, about composing, about the inside scoop. So you can check that out. I'll put a link to this wherever I'm putting this. Yeah, I'm always happy to talk about it because it is exciting. It is fun. But you know, it's when people say to me, "Oh, you must be living the dream." Well, it's not really a dream. It's a job. It's a lifestyle. I chose to do this because it's what I'm good at, and it's what I like. I'm spending my time doing. So anyway, okay, bye.